Max, thank you. New at 3, gun laws are back in the spotlight after a potential tragedy was averted last week on a downtown Memphis college campus. A 19-year-old student at the Tennessee College of Applied Technology was arrested following reports of him threatening to shoot his classmates and himself. Police say they found a 9mm handgun in the student's car at the time of his arrest on campus. Here to talk more about safety on college campuses and other issues impacting Memphis are Representatives G.A. Hardaway and Representative Mark White. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here today. Good to see you. How have you been?
Oh, very well. Thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Mark, how are you?
Doing fantastic.
Very good. G.A., let's start with what happened at the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. I know you and Mark were notified pretty quickly. What happened?
Well, first, I want to make sure that you understand that the delegation gets notice because they're state institutions. They're in Memphis, Shelby, so we need to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. We had a young man that had some issues, and he had threatened to carry those things out. I'm trying to talk around it because I don't want to interfere with the investigation nor in due process for him. But I'll say that the campus is safe. Mm-hmm. I'll say that because I've been there. I've had the opportunity to walk around.
You toured it Friday.
I did, and to observe not just what is in place, but the good thing about Dr. Sutton, she's been proactive. Mark and I have both had conversations with her over the last year or so about improving security issues, and some of that is not in her hands unless she gets help from the city. And Mark, you were working on that.
Yeah, exactly. The important thing is, the state invested 2 years ago $1 billion new into our trade schools across the state of Tennessee. Our Memphis Trade School, TCAT, is getting probably, I think, between 80 and 89 million of that. We're getting a new campus. And so Representative Hardaway and I were down talking to the president about what does this look like as we build out the campus with this new thing. So we want a safe campus. We want a campus where the students, because all you talk about is workforce development now.
Right, that's for sure. I do want to ask you, though, has this kind of reignited the debate or at least the discussion when it comes to mental health, when it comes to maybe gun reform? Mark, how do you see that?
Well, always, and things, we've had these bills on the floor as far as gun reform, Representative Hardaway, let me speak for you and myself, we voted that where we prefer a gun permit for Memphis, nothing wrong with getting a permit that shows law enforcement that you went through the extra trouble, you had a little training with that. But always on the mental health we need to also address.
Yeah.
And that's what's important to take away from this incident. That young man, he didn't just wake up that morning with mental health issues. This is something that more than likely has been going on for a while. We've got to do a better job of putting the resources in place and the necessary laws that will allow us to identify the students who have these issues, to be able to deliver the services to them early on. So
what does your gut feeling tell you, though? Can we actually pass laws like the ones you're talking about?
I think we can. Mark and I work well together. This incident is going to demonstrate how important it is for us to put dollars into mental health and to behavioral issues, so we don't have to keep looking for ways to bring more troopers on board. We've got technology, and I want to say thank you to Colonel Perry. We talked to him right after the incident. He agreed to send in extra highway patrol officers, and that goes for the rest of the state institutions also.
Mark, did you want to jump in?
I was just going to say, this is such a great example. If you hear something, say something. I think another student maybe have seen this or the post and notified law enforcement. So they were there the next morning ready to intercept this young man.
And we have an app. We've got a phone app that allowed that to happen. And Dr. Sutton has made that available to the rest of the students, ensuring that they know how to say something when they see something.
Got you covered
so
there.
We'll be trying to make sure that that's out in all of the major higher ed institutions and our K-12.
Right. Another issue, Mark, I know you have really been kind of focused on, third grade retention law. And again, we know we have a number of students across the state of Tennessee and right here in Memphis and Shelby County schools that are attending these special classes to really make sure that they can advance to 4th grade. Where do we stand with that?
Well, that was the 3rd grade retention law that we passed a couple of years ago. We just wanted to draw a line in the sand. If a child by the end of when they're 8 years old, if they are not reading proficiently, the rest of their school life is a struggle. So we wanted to say, let's draw a line in the sand, 3rd grade retention, don't pass them on if they're not ready. And now what we're doing, nobody wants to hold back an 8-year-old or 3rd grader. So why are we not doing in K1 and 2 so they want to make sure we're preparing the child for 3rd grade?
So you're saying start a little bit earlier?
Start earlier, you know,
Right.
Just don't wait till we get in 3rd grade. But if the child is not reading proficiently by 3rd grade, we need to have intervention, which is summer school, tutoring, or holding them back.
G.A., how do you see this?
AI is going to allow us to tailor our educational programs to each and every student. Granville T. Woods is a grand example. They're doing this type of work now. So we'll be able to, even before the 3rd, when we get the children in pre-K or K, then the information will start being fed into a system so it knows the best way to educate them, it knows what they're lacking, it knows the best ways to get them up to par before 3rd grade. So you'll see that shortly.
For those students, as we move from maybe elementary schools to maybe finding jobs eventually one of these days, we've heard so much talk about data centers, XAI, and so forth. Where do we stand with that?
Well, all these things like coding and everything, but the reason this is so important, if we don't catch them by 3rd grade and they continue to go through their junior and senior high, once they get out, then they have to have remediation training in the TCATs or in the community college, or if they're fortunate to go on to a 4-year. So we're having to pay me now or pay me later because they're not ready to move into if we don't have that reading capability.
Only have 30 seconds left here.
That
I do have to
AI,
ask
we
about
gotta be careful
XAI.
about that.
Yeah, what's the status of that? We've heard the NAACP recently saying we need to kind of halt this. How do you see it?
I think they need to do a better job of communicating with the public on what they're doing, how fast they plan to do it, and what the benefits are that are going to come to the public, including how they will keep the public safe in terms of the air, but also how they can remediate some of the problems that are already existing health issues in the communities.
The last word is yours,
Yes.
Mark. How do you see it? Is there a chance we might miss out on this project being here?
I sincerely hope not, because this is I've read up to a $60 billion investment in our community. I think if you put the right people, the smart people in the room, we can work this out, because this is our future.
And we've heard about Meharry College.
Oh, man.
In the partnership with Mississippi Boulevard. Very quickly here, your
That's
thoughts.
one of the biggest blessings that we've had since I've been in office. The economics, the education, the health aspects. It's a brand new Memphis.
All right, G.A. Hardaway, Mark White.
Thank you.
Always good to have you here.
Memphis is a great community.
We like that attitude
And only
for sure.
getting better.
Here you go. Let's take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment.